What you girls think? Hmm? What you think? Ooh, dog. Hello, Lisa with Tabletop Farms. Last night we had closed up the chickens so we can get them moved, and where we are moving them to is the second high tunnel. We still have some vegetation in there that would be wonderful for them for some winter feed and a little bit of shelter. Once we get some really cold weather and some snow and such that comes in, especially when you get snow, they don't like to go outside when there's snow on the ground. They would just rather be up in the coop. And I'm taking down this hotline that we've got on them. Goes out to their fence. You can see it right there. Anyways, that way I don't get shocked. So if you've ever had chickens before, if you haven't, when the white stuff goes on the ground, chickens don't go out. And when chickens don't go out, they stop laying. Their laying production goes down drastically. So something that we're going to try this year, since we've got the vegetation and the food in the high tunnel, is to go ahead and back their coop up to the door so that they can go in and out as they please. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get their hot wire undone from their fence, get their fence picked up, load it up onto the truck, and get their house and trailer moved. So as we're going through the pasture here, we go really slow. Any of the big grass clumps that we've got, so that they don't get knocked off their roost or off of their, off of their sticks that they're roost on. Yeah, so they're roost. That way they're not hurt in any fashion. We just kind of take it slow. Nobody falls out, no doors open. And we get there all in one piece. Okay, we are backed up to the tunnel here, and I'll show you what we got going on. So let me back up a little bit. Back their house right up to the door, and what's going to happen is this middle door here, this one, comes open. That's the one we usually let them out in, and they will have access to all of that yummy tomato vegetation, any bugs that are in there, help us stomp stuff down, maybe give a little bit of fertilizer. The The vegetables that are going to be going back in here are tomatoes anyways. So we're not going to have any any lettuce, anything that is going to be direct contact with the ground. And our tomatoes, we put fabric, you know, below them to keep the weed pressure down and whatnot. So there's not going to be any direct manure to vegetation contact on that. So we're not worried about that. But it's going to allow us to put a little bit of natural fertilizer in there. So what I'm going to do next is take their electric fence. I'm going to disconnect the truck from the trailer, and then take their electric fence and go around it, around their trailer, so that they still have protection from predators. And we'll go ahead and make that hot as well. And then we'll let them out and see how happy they are. I got the net up. Some of our net, this one here is probably about 3 years old. So it's got a little bit of some tears in it from just use and, you know, things that happen over time. So we are ready to let these girls in. I am going to open the door and let's see. Let's do this. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can get a shot on the chickens here. All right, let me go open the door. All right, ladies. Are you ready? Come on in. Oh, one got pushed out. Yeah, I wonder if the rocks are going to be an issue since they're white, but I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, happy chickens. Come on, girls, it's all right. Come on out. They'll get used to it. Jumping in and out of there. What you girls think? Mm-hmm. What you think? Dog. So we'll see how they do in the greenhouse or the high tunnel. Still more coming out of there. I see your heads. Anyways, they look like they were enjoying themselves in there. So that would be a big move that we do occasionally with chickens. Sometimes we will take them over to the compost pile if it needs to be scratched around or turned or moved or whatnot. Sometimes during the winter we'll throw them into a garden that has a lot of vegetation in it still. Put down that manure depending on what crop we're going to be putting into it, or if we just want to go ahead and fertilize it and it's going to be stagnant that coming year. So during the winter we do kind of make these big moves a little bit more than what we do in the summer. The summer they're pretty much on pasture. In the winter they're on pasture, but depending, like I said, what we have going on in the gardens and what we need to utilize them for is when we will make our big moves like this. So that just entails, closing them up at night and first thing in the morning getting them moved, or we will move them that night. It just kind of depends on the schedule that we have going on. So this morning it was definitely better and conducive with our schedule to get them moved this morning. We just had a lot going on, that's all. So anyways, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to us. We would appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions on, things that we do around here, just leave us a comment, or you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So pull up a chair and welcome to Tabletop Farms.